Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? What's going on, everyone? Sorry, Hank. I've been on the phone with my bank. I'll. I apologize for that. It's been a bit of a over just a tiny little thing, and I wasted so much time on that I missed the short. uh, so much for focus and concentration, huh? Boy, oh boy, I tell you. So, what a nutty overnight inventory. It's about 98% long. It's correcting lower now, but it got really out of hand. We got up to 67.20 almost. And now we're down to 66.88. Big drop. What we're looking for right now, we're going to look for bids at yesterday's high. There's a ton of inventory trapped long above us, so let's see if we get a move down to cover. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Hey, George. So here we are now. See how we stopped one tick at yesterday's high. I imagine we're going to get back inside yesterday's range. And now because we've built up so much inventory above us, it's going to be really hard to retake this level here. So I'm a little short biased. Let's see where there's a little bit of a bounce here from the previous day's high. Let's see where they're going to sell into it. And I do think if this continues, all bets are not off. Yesterday's low will get tested. If it's that kind of a market where the speculation is rampant, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if we take back a lot of this move. Right? This market, you guys. This market's not for kids. Tricks are for kids. So if you have bad risk management, if you're a person who does really, let's say, how do I put this in a nice way? If you make emotional decisions and you can't manage your risk, sit back and do some watching. Because the ranges are going to be big. And, you know, just, it's okay. You don't, just because the market trades in a 100-point range doesn't mean you're going to get all 100 points. Right? No, it's not. No, Hank. And don't overdo it, Hank. It's not COVID flashbacks. Okay? The COVID was a very strange thing, and we already had the April thing. This is more normal business. So don't start biasing yourself with stress just yet. We want you, Hank, to be open-minded, right? Stay open-minded and look for your setup. Okay? That's what we really got to do. Like I shorted 66.87 and I've got a 84 and a quarter bid. Let's see if I get hit. I'm hit at 84 and a quarter. Right? I'm just trade the levels. Don't make it worse than it is. Right? I know you can joke around and stuff like that. That's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want you guys getting freaked out to trade this market. But I want you not to make stupid decisions. I want you to make good business decisions, right? So we're gonna drop down right. You guys notice that the overnight point of control never moved higher. During this huge intense move, the overnight point of control never moved higher because we weren't in a spot long enough to move 2,900 contracts. That's why, now let's see. We do a little look below and fail of 83. Let's see where they sell into it. Just be very, very aware today, okay? Yesterday you had a change, right? Yesterday you had a macro change, interest rates. Then you had the market get completely out of control on the long side, right? Inventory got way too long. It's adjusted now, right? We're getting a little bit of responsive buying around yesterday's high. Let's see what happens. We came right back. Look at that, folks. We came back to the cost basis, to the tick. Stopped and reversed. Okay? How many people do you think are shorting going down? I was short here, but I knew that they were going to stop here. This I covered. Right? I covered the 83 quarter. Just use the zones. Use the levels I give you. You'll save yourself a lot of time. You'll save yourself a lot of heartache if you just trade simple. Right? No reason to get all bent out of shape. Right? It's a simple business. Right? It's a real simple business. We are not working on cold fusion here. Okay? It's just a little bit of inventory that we're moving around. Okay? Keep it practical. Right now, everyone's talking about, what is this? Options expiry. Right? Here's the rule of thumb when it comes to volatility and scary trading. You see the way price is moving now? That's perfectly tradable. There's nothing wrong with that. When the price starts going like this, like remember those old TV shows and they showed the earthquake thing and the thing started going like that? Just leave it alone then. Right? I think that should be simple enough that you guys can understand that, right? When the thing starts jumping up and down all over the place, leave it alone. If the price action is smooth, it's okay. You know? The backfill is good because what it does is it allows us to get some liquidation. Once you get some liquidating traders in the market, that's good because that creates better price action. Right? It's a good thing. Right? We want a tradable market. Yeah, just take it nice and slow. Wait for your trade setup and execute. We just want to really make sure And here's the thing. If you're in doubt, if you don't know what you're doing, reach out to one of us and we'll help. Before you actually start trading and losing money, right? Reach out and talk to one of the gang here. Reach out to me. I'm always around, and I'll be happy to help. Okay? Because what you want to do is you want to come up with a trade setup where that makes sense, right? It's just got to make sense. The trade has to make sense. The setup has to make sense, and you'll be fine. Okay? Are you going to get stopped out? Sure. Right? That's just a part of doing business. Hey, Nano, how you doing? Hey, Lear, what's going on? Oh, so now we're going to kind of go back and forth in this area here. Let's see if we can hold yesterday's high. We may open on a little gap and let's see if it fills. Yeah, scalping is good. I put VWAP on. Here, let me actually type it in here. So I use 23-hour VWAP. So I anchored it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's actually one of the most popular VWAPs to use. Most trading systems and stuff have their VWAP anchored at the beginning of every 23-hour session. So that's the lay of the land for the evening. You know, good distribution above 66.88. Yeah. We traded a little bit in this little back and forth here. That was okay, right? Just found a nice little balance. LC is doing okay. He is in Nantucket, one of those places. He's on holiday. He's actually been able to enjoy the summer and take some time off, which is good. Before they throw him back in the server room. It's a busy time for tech guys, you know? They're really in demand. You know, everything from Wall Street to everything, and he's extremely talented, so he's a bit of a sharp cookie, so he's quite in demand for his, I don't know what they do, coding, software, one of them things. He's a part of what I call the 0 and 1 mafia, right? So he'll be back soon when it slows down. If you are long off of the previous day high, you're looking for 94. That's where I would be looking for sellers, just at that stop there. Excuse me. There's the overnight point of control. It's up there now. It's one of those places. I always Cape Cod, Nantucket, all those fancy places you guys hang out at. I've never been to, so I know he's at one of them. Now back under 91, looking for 88 and three quarter. So my first question, right, really today, after the material change in the markets, my question is, do we stay above yesterday's high? That's the first question. Or what you guys call the Fed high, right? And that's what, 66 half? 86 half, sorry. Or do we come back down and business as usual? I find I like trading a mini a lot more than the micros. That's good. Yeah, Lear, the only reason that we like the micro is, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is it's great for practicing, great for learning, great for managing risk, and you know, it's a wonderful learning instrument. And I still use it. I mean, I always start off the day trading the micro. That's just me because I don't like to lose money. So I always test to see whether or not my brain's working. And if it's working, then I'll trade the mini. Otherwise, if I find I'm not doing well, I'll just stick to the micro. I have the same thing that I do every day. And when you do the same thing every day, you develop a routine. And when you have a routine, you're less likely to do crazy things like FOMO trade, tilt trade, all that stuff that you guys love talking about, making up names for this and that, which are just basically excuses to be undisciplined in business, right? That's all that stuff is, tilt, FOMO. That's just lack of business discipline. That's stuff you'd never do at work, right? Think about it. If you were a dentist, you'd start randomly pulling out people's teeth. I'm doing some FOMO tooth extraction. Kind of wouldn't go over very well now, would it? Yeah. Yeah, well, you've been trading for a while, Lear, right? Hey, I'm a dentist. I'm going to do some FOMO tooth extraction. Hey, let's do some revenge dentistry. Pull out somebody's tooth and just yank on a nerve just because I'm not feeling good. Revenge dentistry. Oh, boy. Could you imagine? Oh, what's your business? I'm selling donuts. Well, how was your day? Well, it was pretty slow, so I'm going to burn down the donut shop. Hey, Renee, how you doing? See, there's a seller at 89 right now. I am crazy short biased. Okay? I'll be perfectly honest with you folks. I am short biased, right? But the chart's got to agree with me. Exactly. Well, we want people to enjoy themselves in trading rooms, but let's see what happens now. 4 minutes to the open. So, do we open on a gap or not? Do we fill the gap? And then what's the next order of business? Yeah. Uh, okay. So we still have not corrected inventory all the way down to yesterday's close. So if you look under yesterday's close, There's maybe 200, 300, 400, 450, maybe 500 contracts that traded underneath the close, as opposed to all of this above it. So the only thing that's holding this thing up are the trap shorts that got trapped here in the overnight. I think if we get back inside yesterday's rage, if we can fill these single prints and take out the close, I wouldn't be surprised to go test yesterday's range at all. I don't know, Josh. I I trade the ES chart using the MES. I'm not saying that we're going to lose all the FOMC gains. I'm just saying don't be surprised if we do, because this market right now is highly speculative, right? Which means it's a little detached from the fundamentals, right? Remember, when you have a lot of speculators in a market, it all comes down to order flow and inventory. Okay? Remember that. Don't try and macro trade your way when you're day trading, right? Macro and day trading don't mix. That's like trying to mix orange juice and milk. Delicious, exactly. It's what happens when macro traders try to day trade. They just blow themselves up because they don't understand the mechanics of the market. No gap. Short 85, 83 quarter cover. I had to take the offer at 84. Was not fast enough. Stay under 83 and a quarter. Put some bids in. If you're shorting, they at 83. Whoa. Watch out now. Back over 83 is dangerous. Yep, there it is. A creamsicle? That's good, OJ. I remember those from when we were kids. All right. Can we stay under 83 and a quarter? Or is it going to chop? Nope. Look below and fail of 83 and a quarter. Look at that bid. Jesus, somebody got short down there. Wowie, wow, wow. If you're long off the previous day high, look for the 91, 93, 90 and 3/4, 91. That's where you're looking to get out. Like I said, it's all speculation now, folks. If it's moving too fast for you, don't worry about it. Looking for bids at 87 if we get down there. Boom. There you go. Not doing anything right now. I'll wait for an edge. Yeah, there it is. Let's see, can we get some follow through over 86? Here we go. Creep it up. Looking for the 88s. If you're not comfortable trading this, you don't have to. Okay? Never feel like you're forced to trade the open. Thanks, Jeff. Okay, we got a seller right here at the previous day high. Right at that open. Need to clean that out and get up over 87 for longs to work. Otherwise, she's going to come back down. There it is. I'm going to bang it back down to 83 maybe. Let's see. Is that 87 seller still there? They're like a wet blanket right there at 87. They're puking all over this thing. There's that 87 again. Seller's still there at 87. You can plain as day. Now we can clean them out. We can clean out that 88, 87 seller. We should be able to walk it right back up. Right? If you are long, please sell into strength. Long 87, 88, selling the 90s. I'm giving them both with two hands. One left, I'm flat. So what I did was I saw it. I saw that seller. As soon as that seller lifted, I grabbed a few and sold into that strength. But get in and get out. If you're trading quick, don't fall asleep. No, the shorts are not covered now, and we have new ones, Alexander. That's the good thing. The beautiful thing about these markets is there's always a fresh batch of traders that are caught offside. Looking for 91. Thanks, Monica. And then up here at 94, that's where the next set of stops are. Mm. Slow and creepy here. So what I'm doing now, sorry, I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to look for another balance zone, like an initial balance and an opening balance, and not just the first two half-hour bars, but just a smaller time frame that we can trade once we kind of get back and forth, because that's what it seems to be doing here. See, the tops are around 92. I'm just looking for a bottom. Just looking for the bottom of that. Let's see if this 83, 82 area holds. Seeing some bids at 84, 85. Hey, Dan, how are you? It's not holding. Okay. All right. Where's our next trade? I missed the short entry on this one, folks. Let's see if we get back up here at 83, 84. Do we have a seller? You could maybe sell into that. Put your stop above it, right? Short 81 and a quarter, and then just try and put some covers in at 80. Not the greatest trade. Yeah, I kind of screwed that up. I was late. I'm looking for responsive buying when we get down to 77, 76 half. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Covering, covering, covered. The single prints on the way They just give you an area where you can cover a little bit. Now, if there's a lot of selling, we'll just rip right through there. We'll rip right down from 76 down to 72. Yeah, it's not bad today. It's not bad. Price action's better. It's not crazy volatile. It's tradable. You know. Now, where are they going to sell into it, everyone? Yeah, let's see. I have a feeling they're going to fill those singles, AZS. Let's see. Hopefully, if you're long, hopefully I'm wrong. If you're short, put some bids down at 74 and see if we can tickle them. There we go. Come on now. There we go. Filled. Looking for 72 if you're covering. Next place of responsive bids is going to be the 4 6s. Hey, Joe, how are you? Why am I so short biased? Just because of the nature of this market lately and how speculative it is been. Um, the up and down motion and the ranges. I just think a lot of this stuff. Eventually, it goes higher and sticks, but in the meantime, it's basically this market is robbing the longs, then it robs the shorts, then it robs the longs. It's just getting really, really almost like a penny stock, and it's just taking no prisoners in either direction. And the overall market is higher all the time, but in the meantime, if you're wrong, can you imagine all those people who got long above 6,700? Right? We spent some time between 6708 and 6720. We trapped a lot of longs there. That's why I was so short biased off the open. The ES is all just speculation now. Speculation and hedging. No one's putting a position together in this thing, that's for sure. For like long term. They're just banging it around like crazy. Okay. Looking for the close, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still short. 2, 3, 4, 608. Okay. That's a pretty good inventory correction. From 60, what was it? It's our overnight high. From 67.20 all the way down to 66.70. That's a bump, all right. That's a bump. And as you can see, folks, you don't have to take the short all in one trade. You can take it, you can cut it up. How do you know if there's a trapped long? Well, S&P, say you buy 1,000 shares of a stock at $7. Okay? Say I sell you 1,000 shares of stock at $7. And then the stock goes to 5 and you're still holding it. You, my friend, are now a trapped long. Does that make sense? Look below and fail of 72. Look for maybe 76 to 77. Right? You own a position and you're trapped in it because you're out of the money. There's 77. Next level will be 80. I don't know. Let me know if that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, I'll try and explain it in another way. So how do you know if there's trapped long? Look how much time we spent up here. Above 6706. Look at all that volume. I mean, sure, there's a lot of short covering up here, but what is the percentage of people that you think are long? And then we start taking out these lower levels. They're going to start liquidating, right? Yes? No? Maybe? Looking for 83. Rotation back up. Holding 83 and a quarter. Target's 86, then 88 and three quarter. Beautiful rotation. Look at that. Wow, I missed that trade. Okay, S&P, you owe me. You owe me that trade. I was trying to explain it to you, and you never even responded. 88 and three quarters. Oh, Lord. No problem. Uh, okay. Damn, that was a nice look below and fail of 72. Okay. Now, let's see if those sellers pop in at 91. Like a bad smell. All right. A little short at 90 and a half. See if I can cover at 89. Covered 89, covered 88, covered 87. Now, why did I take that short? Well, because there was a seller, right? There was a seller here and there was a seller here, so I shorted it here. Put my stop 91 half. Right? The reason for your trade should be simple. The execution's never easy, right? Ah, thank you, Renee and Moran. That could explain why there's a seller there. uh, don't worry about me, folks. I'm getting a little punchy. It's coming up on Friday. Oh, okay. What's next? You're always going to miss trades. Don't worry. There's lots of them. You know, is is this a TPO setup here? What happens when we go down and fill singles, rotate higher, singles fill, and go? Oh, sometimes singles fill, and there'll be a strong bid at the bottom of those singles, and they'll pop right back up. We saw that a lot, not last year, 2 years ago, I think it was, where the market would single fill the single prints and then bounce hard off of them. It's a TPO setup. Now, the problem with that setup, AZS, is where do you put your stop? So this is where it's kind of handy to have a 1 minute chart next to you. Because you can usually you can weasel your way into finding some place to put a structural stop. The problem with TPO trading is sometimes it's so far in between two stops. Big, yeah, right? So that way you cheat using the 1 minute chart and look to see where the selling stopped the last time. And if it's close, then you can maybe take that trade. But the trade you're talking about was a great trade in 2016, like all the way up to 2016, 2017. After 2017, 2018, the ranges in this market started getting so big. That's why I started using the candles, because the TPO I just couldn't. I'm too cheap to have a 40-point stop on a scalp trade. It was just didn't make any sense. So I was like, there's got to be a way where I could find to manage our risk, right? All the way back down again. Maybe this will be our rotation. Maybe this is our rotation. Maybe somewhere in here. Let's see. Yeah, that's why I find trading off the candle a lot less stressful, because you can take the candle and, like I said, the TPO is a map of the city and the candle chart is the map of the neighborhood you're in. So it's much more detailed. I can't believe we're still at A period. Is that why everyone's so quiet? Or everybody trying to trade this crazy thing? It's been a long A period. This half-hour bar is like, it's certainly taking its time. What's up, Josh? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, I'm trying to get some sort of a sense of a balance area. Yeah, I don't want to overtrade. I took a couple of decent trades in A period, and I had a couple of decent Globex trades. So I just kind of maybe want to take a step back and not dig around too much for trouble. You notice, folks, that we still have not made it down to yesterday's close. Renee, that was a couple of short sellers coming in at the same time. That's kind of like you and me sitting and talking, Renee, going, "Did you cover?" No, I was gonna wait. Did you cover? No, I was gonna, and then all of a sudden we both rushed to cover. Right? That's just some serious. We just ran out of supply, and then boom, 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 three big candles. I think I see a balance between 77 and maybe 88, 90. We'll see. Hey, Mike, you're new to TPO? TPO is it's a beautiful thing. And before markets got automated and before the ranges got, like, we have like these frickin' Jurassic ranges that are, 100, 200 point ranges sometimes in a day. When the ES had a 20, 30 point range every day, TPO was beautiful, right? But like anything else, we always have to adapt, right? We have to adapt. And so what I want to do is I want to take the info off of TPO. Well, what are we going to do now? Let's see. Do we still have sellers at VWAP at 91 half? I want to take the TPO and I want to make it more practical, more manageable, more useful. You know. What's up, Chemical Al? Yeah, summer's over, my friend. Time for us to get back to work, right? You're right. Nice trading. Well, we're through VWAP, right? Everybody's got to now start making money to pay for the GI Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Remember, the lessons from trading places will never lead you astray, my friends. Right? So what everybody's going to be trying making Christmas money now. Look at B period staying away from the previous day high. I find that interesting. Now that's a little TPO clue. Look at that. B period opens, cannot take down the previous day high. Usually an automatic long for us with our stop underneath the previous day high. But I was talking, so I didn't have the discipline to look for the trade. Went right to that stop. If it holds VWAP and if we can stay above 92, right? If we could stay above 92, we could take all this cheap stuff that we just absorbed here and go sell it up here, right? Let's see if we can do that. See you, Jerry. Have a good one, my friend. Check in with me tomorrow. We'll do a check-in before the end of the week. Have a good night. Looking for 97 if we get past 94 and a half, 95. Creeping and creeping and creeping. Thanks, Fleer. Listen, there's nothing wrong with taking your money and going and enjoying the day. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Look at this. Those are, watch. It's taking stops. When it jerks up like that, it's taking stops. Here we go. Oh boy. Remember when I said it's going to take something to get back up there? Boy, look at that. Definitely. Right? I was totally wrong in my short bias that we were going to go down and test the low. Well, we still might. But look at that. We flushed the holy living crap out of this thing. So that's good to know. It's good to know, and that's why I'm a scalper, so I can admit I'm wrong quickly. But wow. I was looking for a seller at VWAP. We went right through VWAP like a hot knife through butter, right? And I said that we're going to take this cheap product here and we're going to go sell it up here. I didn't think it would happen this quick. Not easy to find a balance zone here, Aaron. Maybe 83 to 91. Ah, that's a good one, Blair. Hey, back in the Gulag with the shorts. Eric, how you doing? Good to see you. How's the family? Still sunny in Staten Island? Good to have you with us. Little backfilling here. We'll should have just can go sideways here, right? Because the inventory from the open, right? The open liquidated, right? And we have inventory underneath 66.91. Okay? Underneath VWAP, we have a nice chunk of inventory. Right? There it is. See? Now let's just go sell it here. Right? Now we can just distribute. Beautiful. No, still no invitation to Windsor Castle. Not even as a garbage man. But things are great here. I'm up in Liverpool right now visiting, and I love it here. I love Liverpool. Much to the discomfort of Raj and a couple of the guys from the south. Best city in England. So short bars after a run with longer candle. Oh no no no! What I meant was when it was going like this, Alexander. Like it kind of like it jumps up like that, and it gets thrown up. That means there's a stop, and it's like executing those stops, right? So generally after longer candles, then you get smaller bars. That's just distribution or accumulation. Jesus, look at this. All right, looking for 6708. God, how many people do you think they got trapped short under VWAP? The problem is right now, OJ, the sellers are they're selling along. So you'd be selling alongside to the way up, not short, right? Look at the inventory. Look at where we are now, right? We're going to distribute. Now, if that distribution brings in buyers, we'll do this. But I think we're just going to go sideways somewhere here, right? The only reason that we won't go sideways right away is if a bunch of knuckleheads went and shorted it like crazy and they all raced to cover. Jesus. This is highly speculative. This is really, really speculative, folks. Like it only backfills for 1 minute. Yeah, when it's jerky like that, it generally means they're taking upper stops. It's okay, Al. We got lots of trading, right? Lots of trading. Right. We're going to go sideways here for a little bit, right? We've pushed prices high as people are willing to take it. So now go back and forth, nice and slow. Don't scare those buyers away. Just keep coaxing them in over 6702. Nice work, Aubrey. How's the City of Angels? Nice work. Well done. Now, where's our point of control? That's all the developing stuff is down here, right? Big chunk of volume down there. We'll see if we can move that up here. Distribution, we told you it was going to happen once it got over VWAP, right? This business really is not that complicated. You know, it's still inventory and order flow, right? Inventory is the crap you're selling. Order flow is customers, right? Nothing is better than Canada. What are you talking about? What's the matter with you? Did you fall on your head? Well, hey, crypto, how you doing? This is how you come into my stream and just talk like that? What's wrong with you? How about this? It's about as British as I can get for you, crypto. Piss off. All right, folks, back to work. Jesus Christ. Oh, there you go. Jesus. Those are the people on these things. They just think they can just talk any way they want. Go get some manners and come back. All right. Distribution seems to be bringing us some bids, so look for 6708. The upper stop is 6712 and a quarter AZS. Hey, Howard, how you doing? Oh, boy. Don't let this creeping price action fool you. It'll still keep creeping if we get over '08. We flushed out a lot of that overhanging supply that I thought was still there. They beat it out of the market underneath yesterday's high. Nicely done. Okay. Seller at 8. Now these levels I came up with these levels off the Globex off Globex. So if the market fails to take out a level, if you're a fast trader, you can take a short and put your stop above that level. If it starts taking that level back, then you know to cut your risk. Pretty simple. Right? They're selling before that level. You can see the tops of those three candles. So if you feel like, okay, I'm going to take a short, at least you know where your risk is going to be if you use the levels. Right? Otherwise, you got to wait all the way till this 12 and a quarter where the stop is if you're using TPO. And that's why I like having the candles, because at least you know you're wrong quickly. So say you were short 7 3/4, 7.5, and you covered at 8 1/4, you lose a few ticks as opposed to losing 3 points. Does that make sense for you guys? That's why I was talking AZS. That's what I meant by using the candle instead of the stop, for stops instead of the TPO. Oh well. That is a target. 12 1/4. Next set of stops will be 14.5. Above that 17 1/4, 18, and then of course that poor high up where Globex printed. That's okay. Tomorrow's another day, Roman. Right? I thought we'd get underneath the close, actually, the way it was going. And all of a sudden, psych, they shut it off. Actually, there's two stops here. There's the V and the W, so there's two sets of stops. Sorry, forgot to put that in there. Stubborn is expensive. Stubborn's for fund managers when they're trading other people's money. You're quite correct, Aaron. Market has changed. Also, next week we're going to be going into another month end. This month has flown by. End of the quarter, right? New quarter starting, new contract. All these things. Get a feel for it. It's the smartest way to trade, right? Feel around there. Trade the micro if you have to. You got a whole new quarter coming up, right? Full of lots of opportunities. Get to know this contract, right? Ah, damn it, I missed that short. Look above and fail of 67.08. Ah. Should have been short 7. Okay. Got a seller at 8. There we go. So you got Eddie out at 7? If you have anything out here, just put your stop above this candle, right? You'll know quickly. See ya, Hank. Have a good one. Right? So if you're short in this area here, just that's where your stop should be. Right? Because if you lose that seller, that those sellers that are pushing down here, right? If they see buyers, they're going to raise price above that stop. And then the business reason for your trade's not going to exist. So, right? See how it's creeping? So, say I was short 7, 6.5, 7. Got my stop at 8.25. As soon as it takes out that 8.25, I'm out of the trade. I'm wrong. I admit I'm wrong quickly. I save money. Right? On to the next trade. Right? The only reason I was looking at that is we were at 4 times cost basis. No pullback yet. Gonna go try and tickle those 12, 13 stops now. Oh. Next stop 13, 12 and 3/4. Let's see if we can take that out. See you, Joe. Have a good one. Yeah, not every trade's going to be perfect, but you're getting there, right? There's that 12 and 3/4 stop. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Next stop is 14.5. Geez, that is quite a recovery. Woo. That's something, isn't it? See you, Omen. Have a good one. Yeah, it's just very easy to trap people short. It's very easy to get trapped short also. Not only to trap people, but to get trapped. In these markets, because the problem is not a lot of people are as cheap as I am. So they'll get into a bad trade and they'll hold it. And then they'll add to it. Right? And they'll just keep compounding the amount of money that they're losing. The one thing I learned very early, and what they taught you when you work on a trade desk, as soon as you make a mistake, flatten it before it gets out of control. Right? So sometimes you know how you enter a trade and it doesn't feel right, like it just something doesn't feel right, like oh, I was too early or right, and you see the first evidence of that get out. Right? As soon as you realize that it's not going the way it's supposed to, get out. That capital preservation will, I promise it'll be worth it. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a wonderful trading day. We will see you tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Appreciate you guys. Stay cool out there, okay? Got lots of trading, lots of opportunity. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.